Hello and welcome back to the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. I am Matt Anderson. On the other side of your screen is Dorian Rose. Today we're going to talk about UFC 273. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what happened last night, probably 2 days ago now for you when you see it. But before we get started, real quick, Dorian, anything to say real quick?
Dude, just a fire night of fights, and the people's main event really delivered. Overall, really good card. So excited to be here to talk about it, man.
Indeed, indeed. So without any more ado, let's get into it. Quick rundown of today's show. We're going to talk about, the people's main event itself, the total fight, Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. We're going to start there. We're going to talk about the everyone's favorite fighter to hate, Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. We're going to move to the main event of the night, Alexander Volkanovski versus TKZ Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. We're going to talk about that one. And then for any of you degenerates that want to stick around and listen to the rest of the card, we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But before we get started, if you don't mind, please put a thumbs up on the video. We would really appreciate it. We really want to get back into this. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do that as well. But I guess we'll jump right into it. So, Dorian, Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. I will say, like, at first, I was along. Excuse me, I was about to burp there. I wasn't the only one that thought Khamzat was completely going to crush Gilbert. Like, there was a lot of people that were like, I just think it's going to happen. Like, I heard a lot of people say it. You are muted, by the way, but it's all right. But I thought it was going to happen, but
I was trying
it,
to huddle a cough.
but
I was trying to
anyway,
mute a cough earlier.
got you. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, it was a really good fight. Like, I think what really threw Hamza off was it was like he didn't just go away. Like you could see, like, Hamza after he dropped him at first, he had no defense the rest of the fight. He just walked forward, just wing shots. And in the second round, I feel like that's what got him dropped, is because he had already hurt Gilbert. So he was just putting it on him after that first round. And in the second round, fucking Gilbert hit him with a fucking right hook that sent Hamzat's head in a fucking 360, and he didn't even go down immediately. It was like another like 2 or 3 seconds, and then he fell down. Hamzat's got a fucking chin on him. That's all that I want to say. But what you saw in this fight was Hamzat he's super green. Like his all of his skills are still really, really basic. And for him to have this basic of a skill set and literally go 3 crazy rounds with the number 2 welterweight in the world only shows that, dude, at some point, this dude is going to be the fucking champion. It may not be like this year, like fucking next year. I'm interested to see like what the UFC kind of does with the next. I hope they do with a Colby fight, but we'll get into that. But yeah, dude, at some point Khamzat's going to be a champion. It just shows, like, he's 11 fights into his career and he just went 3 crazy rounds. He hurt Gilbert. It was a really good fight. Man, this guy is something to not be disappointed at, because it's like, shit, he didn't crush Gilbert mad fucking quick. I was kind of like, fuck you, like, I wanted him to crush Gilbert too, but at the same time, it showed that he has toughness, and when he's put into adversity, he doesn't just give up, dude. This dude loves to fight, and I'm down for it, dude. I love Hamza even more after this fight, and it kind of brings it down to like reality. Like, this dude isn't this like fucking creature. Like, he's still a human. He can be hurt, and that just what makes it so much more interesting for me, if you will. So before I rant anymore, I'm gonna let you talk about what you think happened and your point of view of this fight.
I was saying, well, I was telling you all along, coming into the fight that we shouldn't disrespect Gilbert Burns in the way we were. And I definitely wasn't one of those, but amongst the fans, man, there was a lot of Gilbert Burns disrespect going on. And I think going into that fight, man, I just felt it from, just all fight week that I didn't know it was going to be the war that it ended up being. And I don't know. You can call it fight of the year. That I'm calling it fight of the year right now. That's absolutely the front runner because I mean, what fight has delivered to the point that this fight did with all the hype coming into it, and then the expectation of Khamzat going to run him over, and Gilbert Burns was absolutely game, and you could see in the first round, Khamzat was going for the wrestling exchanges, and he had Gilbert's back there for a second, and it was like as soon as Gilbert was able to get on his back and have Khamzat was in full guard, it was like I don't know what it was there, but Hamza just sensed something, or I don't know what it was, but he immediately got up and let Gilbert Burns stand up. And from that point, there was just no there was no sense of danger from Gilbert Burns on Hamza's behalf, and he just kept just walking Burns down. And he went that jab at the end of the first round and really, really hurt him. And honestly, a lot of people
You got to
thought the
repeat
fight
yourself
possibly.
there a second, hon. But you got to repeat yourself. Like I don't know if you like maybe like kind of broke up there. Like like you said, I heard Hamza or after he hurt him, and then it was like so I don't know like what happened there.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. Sometimes the service in the basement could be a little shaky sometimes. But when he hurt him at the end of the first with that jab, a lot of people thought it was going to be over, myself included, probably that following round. And for Gilbert Burns to be able to bite down on his mouthpiece the way he did, and it's not like Hamzat was hitting him with just light shots. Like he was walking him down. Hamzat was throwing a mean uppercut, and every single time he backed Burns up against the cage, he would just crush Gilbert Burns with that uppercut. But man, Gilbert Burns he just wouldn't go away, and he just kept every single time Hamzat would back him up against the cage. Burns would back up for a second, and he would just load that right hand as if it was the Kamehameha from Goku getting ready to charge up and blast his ass with it. And when he caught him with that big one at the end of the second round, I just remember I just jumped up because I was like, "Holy smokes!" Because I thought Hamzat was going to fall flat on his face, similar to Mickey Gall did, and for him to still be able to take that shot to the follow-up shot was really the one that ended up knocking him down, and it wasn't even a clean shot that hit him, but he was on wobbly legs, which is why he fell. But for those guys to deliver the way they did at the end of the second round, for Hamza to be hurt and then come out in the third round and just throwing heat and was just trying his damnedest to get Burns out of there. The strike count was super, super close. I mean, I'm looking at it now. This is ESPN stats, so it's not, ESPN isn't always 100%, but Gilbert Burns had 119 out of 200 significant strikes, and Hamzat had 108 out of 223. So the effort was there. As far as, even though the immediate strike count wasn't there, Hamzat's effort on that end was just enough for him to be able to get the fight in his favor there in the third round. And I think with him getting the forward pressure was really what ended up turning it into his favor. I seen a lot of people, I had a buddy of mine end up texting me as I'm trying to do like this little wax on, wax off to fix my camera. I had a buddy text me and say that he thought Gilbert Burns won the fight. I don't know what you thought about it, or if you had anybody else that thought Gilbert Burns won. I seen people that said that Gilbert Burns won. Watching the fight initially, I thought Khamzat won. Went back and just watched some highlights of the fight again earlier, and I still come away with the same opinion that Khamzat won that fight. But Gilbert Burns, I think if you had a game the decision, I couldn't have been too mad because the strike numbers are just so close. And I know Khamzat really took over there early in the third. Burns took over, later in the third round and was able to land a couple big haymakers there at the end to really change the tide in that third round in a lot of fans' eyes. So I know a lot of people were saying that Burns won, and I didn't know if you thought they were crazy or what.
No, I don't think they were crazy. It was a good fight, but in my eyes, clear Khamzat had won round one. Gilbert Burns won round two. They each dropped each other in the round. And then round three was close, but it looked like Khamzat was so much more ready. Like he's game for it. He's game for this. He's built for this life. It like he was coming. He was coming. So it's just
He
I
really says he is. He really says he's about this life, and some people we always question whether they really are or not. Like a
yeah.
performance like that from Hamzat really shows he's about this
Yeah.
fight life, dude. Like
Yeah.
he's no bullshitter.
I just think what stands out to me like the most is like the dude's like he has had just over 10 fights in his career, and he just went he had this fight with Gilbert Burns that's had what like 30 fights now, like has like been fought the best now, and he went 3 hard rounds with him, dude. It's like how much longer is it until he's still improving? What is he like 27? Like something like that, dude. Dude, it it proved I think this is a better performance than what would have been if like he just crushed him mad quick, because like this shows like dude, even if he's like in a war, he's not going away. Like you got to kill this guy. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just agreeing with the point. I was saying absolutely. No, you have to. Yeah, you have to hit him with a brick in order to get him out of there, Debo style, man.
You need to hit with a fucking cinder block, dude. Brick it. We're gonna do it. I I think my takeaway from after the fight, you know, after the post fight press conference is he didn't do the usual like let me fight someone else tonight. Like he was humbled by that fight, and he was like, damn, like this guy was tough. I'm tired. I'm sore. Like I'm not hurt, but like damn, that guy's tough. I didn't, you know, like expect that. Like it showed that he kind of learned from that fight. And I think that he is going to take a lot away from that fight, that he's not just going to crush every single body. That like that there are some people that can just stay in there and like they can end up throwing back. So take away from the fight altogether, man.
That Hamzat's still he's still a growing project, and that's what I was saying yesterday, or the previous podcast, is that I was wanting to see him go through some adversity, and he showed us going through adversity that he's able to withstand the storm. And him being as young as he is, he's still got much time to grow into his full form before he challenges for the title. And I think that Colby fight, I think it only makes sense now as far as where they line up in the division. And just to say that like I said, a lot of Gilbert disrespect going into the fight, man. That dude ain't going anywhere. He's just as game as anybody. Sure, he can be a little chinny at times, but that dude, he's an absolute gamer. One of the most well-rounded fighters in the division, man. Every single time when someone, and I'm telling you, when these wrestlers get on top of Gilbert Burns, it's like I don't know if they feel something to where they don't want to do it anymore. But Chimaev had opportunities to where he could have sustained control, and he just resorted to throwing hands instead. I know he wanted to go for the knockout, but Gilbert Burns, he's absolutely game in any fight, man. No matter who the opponent is.
It's just a dude. It turned into something that I was way more happy with than I knew I would have even been happy with. You know, like don't get me wrong, like I would have been stoked if he just would have fucking went out there, you know, toddler picked him up, threw him down, crushed him real like fucking real quick. Like, oh my god, dude, like how can you deny him next? But after this, it's like you know, man, I'm glad that he is able to learn from this. Like, cool. You know, like it only shows that like, you know, there's still time. There's still time. But on the other hand, uh like you mentioned, like the Colby fight, I guess what was it like fucking last week sometime, like fucking Dana White said that if he won this fight, like they wanted to make the Colby versus Chimaev fight on the ABC card, something like that, like fucking later this year. So yeah, that's a very interesting fight, but man, I don't think Colby has the sub threat from his back, if you will, and Colby don't have power like that. So it's like, man, I think Hamzat's gonna beat Colby easier than the Gilbert fight was. As crazy as it sounds, like
And the thing is, I absolutely agree.
I
I
think
absolutely
fucking
agree.
Gilbert's pretty much the
Mhm,
hardest fight for anyone in the division, simply because
mhm.
he's deadly off
His
of his
style.
back. So if you get on top of him, you have to know that that threat is there, even though he has no subs at 170 still, which blows my mind.
People don't test him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People don't test him. And it's like it was like one of the things that I've realized going into that fight too, and I'm going off on a tangent for like a love for Gilbert Burns, but I was watching the Damian Maya fight that he had going into the Burns fight or going into the Chimaev fight. And man, Damian Maya took him down and had his back. Like, and when Damian Maya has your back, 90% of people ask Ben Askren, you're done if Damian Maya gets your back. And Gilbert Burns, just with the most calm and ease, was able to get him off of his back, was able to leg lock him until Damian Maya was able to get uncomfortable to where he stood up. And then Gilbert Burns was able to initiate the stand up game. So Gilbert's skills, man, they're just unreal. He's just as well rounded as they come, man. So just a little appreciation from me for Gilbert Burns.
Yeah. So you said that you think Hamzat beats Colby easier than other than Gilbert as
I
well.
I do. I think so. I think the only thing that can present some problems for Hamzat is Hamzat was. It seemed like he was struggling a little bit getting Burns down initially, and then he was able to get him down. Colby does have pretty good takedown defense. Now I know Usman didn't go for the most amount of takedowns against him, so I think some of the things that Colby can present as a challenge to him is just obviously the pace. And then a 5 round fight because we haven't seen Chimaev in a 5 round fight. Him being in a 3 round fight, that was a lot of energy that he had exerted in those 3 rounds. And we all know how Colby is in a 5 round fight. That dude can, I mean, as much as, a lot of people don't like him, the dude can fight for days. So he can, weaponize his cardio to possibly hurt Hamzat. But I think other than that, I don't think Colby has nearly the power. He's not as dynamic of a striker with the kicks, elbows, things of that nature. And he doesn't have the submission threat that Gilbert Burns does. So I think the advantage that Colby has over everybody is his cardio. But if he's not able to put that on Hamzat, I just don't see another avenue for Colby to be able to win the fight.
Fair enough, dude. Man, it's just like just me dreaming. Like, man, what could we do? Like, how would these go? How would these go, dude?
We got time, man. We got time.
But did you see how like green Hamza is like on the feet though, dude? It's like jab straight or like jab cross fucking hook uppercut, and that's it, dude. Like, it's like nothing special, nothing crazy, everything's clean, straight down, and it's like it works, dude. He just has that power. What I did notice in the fight is that he is able to switch southpaw back to orthodox. That's something that you don't see a whole lot from people at 170. So I do like that. That showed itself in the fight, and we haven't seen that before. But like, one thing that you like pointed out was that the uppercut, man. He missed it a lot of times. He missed it a lot, but man, he hit him a few times, and then I'm like,
The
damn,
ones that he landed was
Gilbert's still
mean.
in there, dude. He's still in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like this, like, step in, like, just like it's like so weird because like it's not like he like turns his hand or anything. It's just like that's just how his hand like fucking normally goes. It's just like that. So yeah, nasty uppercut. But anything else overall from the fight, man, or I guess who you yeah, just anything else.
Other than that, yeah, just fight of the year for sure. That's the front runner right now, and it's going to be really hard to top it. That's for sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough. 11-0, brother. 11 finishes. 11-0, brother.
Yeah, I was to take. Yeah, you had to switch that up.
Yeah. All right. So up next here, man, we got Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. Result of the fight being Aljamain Sterling and still beating Piotr Yan via split decision. What is it? 48-47?
48-47.
Yeah,
47-48. 48-47.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Aljo got 2 48-47. Yeah.
What is crazy actually, if I can send it to you, I'll fucking also put a screenshot of it was I actually put a bet in, I think after our podcast the other night. I'm like, man, I just see Aljo he's for sure got to change up something and have to know that this can go 5 rounds. I was like, man, and I do think it's going to be a close fight still. All I need is 2 judges to think that Aljo got it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put a bet in on this. I'll put it up on the screen, but I put a $10 bet in on Aljo to win via split decision. The odds on that was plus 2,800, and your boy hit $290 on a $10 bet. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Thank you, Aljamain, the Funk Master Sterling. I'll take it. He won, man. He won. Me and you both picked him. He won. Aljo was calm, collected throughout the fight. Round 2 and 3, dude, he found Jan's back rather easily. And once he's there, dude, well, what did I say earlier on the podcast the other day? I said Aljo was going to win via backpack. And, I thought he was going to sub him, but he was 2 rounds of backpack Aljamain Sterling, dude. The human backpack.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah. Aljamain Sterling, the human backpack. He did what he had to do. I thought he won. I saw tons of people upset that he won. I saw tons of people thought like the Yan won, but they couldn't say it wasn't a close fight though. Aljo, I think, won the first 3 in my opinion, and then Yan came on those last 2. But that's all you have to do in this game is win 3 of the 5. That's all you have to do. Aljamain and still. You want to break down what you thought happened here, man?
Yeah, just really thought it was not exactly how I thought it would go, because I thought Aljo would be able to kind of sustain himself over the 5 rounds a little bit better. But I guess that's just Jan's cardio, just for him to be able to. It seems like in the 4th and 5th round in each of his fights, he just gets better. Like I just remember the Sandhagen fight, like he turned it up on Sandhagen in those 4th and 5th rounds and put it on him. And then he really put it on Aldo in the 4th round, and then was able to get him out of there in the 5th round. So it's like Yan later in the fights, it's like he just gets stronger. But I thought Aljo was able to not overexert himself. And I think a lot of the analysis for Yan coming into the fight was one of the things that he does in the first round, he almost gives the round away. Because he always takes reads of his opponent before he actually starts making his decisions on what he wants to do later in the fight. And I think in the first fight, what Aljo did, he just came out too hot. And I think he just tried to put it on Yan too early. And because where he doesn't really now, Aljo, he's got versatile strikes, but he's not a powerful striker. So if you're not really doing, sustainable damage to Yan, it's really just all you're doing is just adding up on the scoreboard. So I think in this fight, I think in the first round, he was able to really use his footwork, keep it on the outside, have Yan kind of chasing him, still able to outstrike him, but not exert nearly as much energy as he did in the first fight. So then there in that second round, he didn't get the takedown per se, but he ended up creating the scramble, to which he was able to then get his back and have that ground control for all that time, and was really able to get off some good ground and pound there in the second round. There in the third round, sort of similar to the same, was able to get his back. And then I thought there in the fourth round there, you could really see Jan. Man, I'm really trying so hard to hold back this burp. But you really see Jan there. You could see he was so pissed, just so pissed about how he was down 3 rounds to nothing, and you could really see he was trying to put on the pressure there in the fourth. Aljo was just desperately just going for takedowns, but he was making them work there in the fourth and fifth round. And then Jan was able to turn that into some top control and kind of ground him out. Didn't really do any sustainable damage, and Aljo was able to ride away with the decision win. And really just just a good performance by him overall to be able to just stick it to the naysayers, because everybody was doubting him coming into this fight, dude. Everybody was talking shit. Oh, fake champ, blah blah blah. Wait until Jan comes back, and we'd even talked months coming up into the fight. I had said I really wanted Aljo to win. But I was like, dude, Jan is just such a savage. I was like, he's a scary fighter, and I would completely understand if someone was a little intimidated to step into the octagon with him. But Aljamain, he did everything he could to face those demons and come out on the other side with a W. So just a resilient performance, and he made a lot of people some money last night for sure. So I'm sure he made a lot of new fans as well.
Me being one of the ones that made money, I've always been an Aljo fan. Me and you both. Like, I remember way back, like when shit, dude, this was probably 20. I don't know if he was in UFC in 2012. Was he? It was like 2012 to 2015, somewhere in that time frame. I remember like the first time I ever saw him like fucking weigh in, I'm like, holy shit, this dude looks like a fucking action figure. And I remember Aljamain and Sterling from way back in the day, dude. It had to have been his like first or fucking second fight like in the UFC a long time ago. And ever since then, dude, I've always known who Aljamain Sterling was. Always been a fan, dude. I think one thing that's stood out for me this fight, you mentioned what changed with Aljamain. I want to kind of point out something that I noticed with Jan, and you kind of alluded to it, but Jan was chasing Aljamain around a whole lot, and dude, you saw it. He would wing a punch, and Aljamain's out the other side, and Jan's flying across the octagon. He was trying to fucking murder him. And that played into the downfall of Peter Yan in this fight. He was doing too much. He was trying to kill him, chasing him around, and Aljamain just stayed smart, played the outside game, as you said, picked him apart, and still, baby, and still. Anything else this fight, man?
Yeah, last thing that some of us fans are, and I'm not even saying us because it ain't me. Some people as fans in general are real shitheads, because when you have an American born fighter going up against a Russian, considering the times that we're in now, and we are cheering on the Russian over an American born fighter, shame on you guys. What the hell is going on here? Really? You're going to cheer against the American against the Russian? Shame on Jacksonville.
Hey, man, they were in Florida. They booed Gilbert Burns walking out and cheered him at the end, man. I mean, it's the Jacksonville
and he trains
crowd.
in Florida, which is the most disrespectful shit.
That's the crazy part. Yeah. So
Chumps.
Anyway, yeah. So there was that, and then all right. So Volk versus Zombie. I'm gonna let you go first here, man. I just kind of jumped into it like like the first two. I couldn't help myself. I'm gonna let you go ahead first. Volk versus Zombie, man. Go for it.
Yeah, man. No, I was actually really excited to get to this one because again, if I had actually made bets on the picks that I made on the podcast the other day, I would have made some really good money, because Khamzat by decision, Sterling by decision, and Volkanovski by a late TKO. And man, the way he put it on him, Volkanovski, I think he just set himself apart from everybody else. And I think what in the pound for pound ranking right now, Usman's 1, Izzy's 2, Volk's 3. I think he just supplanted Izzy as the number 2. And he might have an argument for number 1 pound for pound fighter, man. I mean, I know Zombie wasn't the original opponent, but dude, we know how tough Zombie is. I mean, you know my old saying, he's as tough as old leather, dude. And it's so hard for someone to really put him away. You know, in the Ortega fight when he got dominated in that fight as well. Um, and Ortega hit him with that elbow, but after that, it wasn't really. Ortega had moments, but he didn't just put it on Zombie in the way that Volkanovski did. Volkanovski, he's so slick, dude. Like, he kept doing this thing. I noticed he would throw the jab, and Zombie kept trying to lean back the counter, and he would throw the jab. Zombie would get crushed with it and would fall back, and Volkanovski would throw a front or lead a leg kick behind the jab and was crushing Zombie's leg every single time he would throw it, and would crush him with the jab and the leg kick at the same time. It was just a thing of beauty, and he was crushing him with that overhand, that 1-2. He hit him good in the second round, crushed him with it. Hit him again in the third round and dropped him with it. And then I think Zombie ended up hitting him with a left hook as well. But after that, you know, Volkanovski he ended up getting the takedown. He ended up taking over in that fight. And last thing, I think Herb Dean, I think he had a really good stoppage. You know, a lot of people have been criticizing Herb Dean here lately for, you know, not doing the best of jobs, myself included, on some of the fights. But I mean, I didn't want to see Zombie take any more damage, dude. He was absolutely done. And the crazy part about it was, in between the rounds, Zombie was actually sitting down. Did you notice that? So like,
Yeah,
his coaches
after the second round on, he was sitting
and his
on the
coaches
floor, not even the bench.
his coaches had the stool sitting there waiting for him, and he was sitting on the floor just because he was exhausted, and he didn't even argue with Herb Dean after the fact. So real good stoppage by Herb Dean, and Volkanovski. That dude, he's just on a complete another level right now.
Yeah, a little hard to watch, man. Not gonna lie, I was like, dude, after
Same.
dude, round 3 and 4, dude, it's just like it honestly didn't need to happen. Like, after round 2, he was done, dude. Like, he was just beat in every way. On a positive note, dude, Fight Ready did a good job with Zombie, though. One thing that I noticed that I like that Volk does a whole lot is like feint, dude. He feints so much, and Zombie didn't react to not even one feint. He was as calm as could be. Yeah, that might hurt you a little bit, because if you're not like reacting to any of the feints, when that punch comes, you know, you might be like a little bit slower to get out of the way. But man, didn't like react to any of the feints early on. Was checking, I like the leg kicks. That was one thing that I was like, man, Alexander's got crazy veg kicks crazy leg kicks. And like, Zombie stands on his fucking front leg a whole lot, and I just knew that was gonna be one thing that fucking did play into it. And he kicked him off of his feet a few times, like but I just think like when I say hard to watch, it was kind of like in the third round, dude. It was just like, fuck, man, he's just getting beat up. Like, he's just using of his face as a fucking punching bag. And like, as Volk actually said it, he was like, I kind of felt bad for him. Like, you know, he's like, I don't want to be that guy to just be putting on this dude that clearly isn't on the same skill level. I'm just going to throw out there that if that was in a gym at any sparring match, that would immediately be stopped. Like, no, you can't go with this guy. You have to go with this other guy. You guys aren't, you know, like, it's not a good matchup. It's like, there was just definitely two clearly different skill levels. And dude, just Volk just cemented himself, dude, as just and still one of the best pound for pound in the world, dude. If not top three, at least top five without a doubt. And even though the dude, I don't know, I call him the bobblehead because the dude's got a fucking noggin on him, but it's just even if you don't like him,
That head
he
could take a punch.
doesn't have the best personality in the world. The dude's a hell of a fighter, and you have to respect it.
He's an absolute badass, dude. And that's he's an absolute badass. Like you said, he doesn't have the most promotable personality. He's not really out there too much, but he just came in with this chip on his shoulder, and I even said it, the other day on the podcast that he was completely fired up, and he was just talking about them going to war and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, this is another side of Volkanovski I hadn't seen, and he had kind of even mentioned it in the post fight that I think after the Max fights, myself included, after the second Max fight, I thought Max won that fight. I thought the first fight Volkanovski clearly won. I thought the second one, I thought Max won, split decision, so not no harm no foul there, but and I thought Volkanovski did enough to win, but I just thought personally watching it, Max won. But man, he just had it seems like a point to prove, but now he just doesn't give a shit, and he's just going out there and kicking everybody's ass now for everybody that's been doubting him since these Max fights, and he's got a little bit of a point to say that Max might be a little bit hesitant to take the fight because regardless of what everybody thinks about the second fight, he's 0-2 against Max is 0-2 against Volkanovski right now, and that would be a damaging blow on his legacy as one of the best 145 fighters ever if he's to go 0-3 against Volkanovski, no matter how it goes. So, just as far as the opponents that are left for him, I mean, dude, he's clearing out the division. I mean, there are guys coming up, maybe Josh Emmett, Calvin Kattar, if he could put another one together. But right now, I don't see anybody really challenging him right now. That's how much he's kind of separated himself from the rest of the division.
All right. Indeed, man. Indeed. He's just that good. He's just that good. All right. So for all the people that are going to leave after this, I understand. Fully understandable. That is the main, co-main, and the feature, what everyone cares about. We're going to go down the rest of the card real quick. So up next here, Dorian, Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres, dude. The I guess the fourth fight from the last. You had Tisha Torres winning this fight, man, via decision. I thought Mackenzie was going to sub her, dude, and boy was she close, man. She hit it with the flying Kimura, dude. When you see flying Kimuras? Fucking never. I was like, oh, she's fucking done. She's fucking done, dude. I thought it was my girlfriend thought it was a lot closer than what I thought it was, but that was me personally, dude. I thought like Mackenzie had clearly done enough to win that fight, dude. She kind of put it on Tisha, in my opinion. We talked about it Friday. Tisha has only lost to literally the best, only champions, and now adds Mackenzie Dern to that name, dude, to that resume of people to beat Tisha Torres, dude. Mackenzie Dern, will she be a future champion? I don't know. Only time will tell. Her ground game is fucking lethal. And even if you're standing with her, she might fucking tap you out while you're standing. You never know. You never know. Dude, Mackenzie Dern put on a hell of a performance. I'm down for it, dude. Makes me just an even bigger fan of her, dude. I'm glad she won. I'm glad she didn't get fucked by the judges. So super happy about that. Take away from this fight for you, man.
Yeah, of course, going into the fight, I thought Tisha was going to win. Coming away, yeah, I absolutely thought she won. I did think
You
there in the
thought
third
Tisha
round.
won?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought there in the third round, I thought that she was playing defense more in the striking. But Mackenzie was doing a lot of head hunting, dude. And she was missing a lot. big in the third round. And there were a couple of times where she had some connections. And there was a couple of times in the fight. I think it was in the second round when she had missed the submission initially, and she started walking her down, and she hit her with a big overhand right. So Mackenzie, she was definitely showing good hands. But I just thought she was doing a little bit too much head hunting. She did a lot of missing there in the third round, and I thought that Tisha edged her out. But I just think the judges probably just gave it to Dern just because of forward pressure. But give Dern credit. She just stood there, she ate the shots, and she knew that Tisha wasn't throwing with the most power, more just for points, and she was able to kind of sit down, bite down on her mouthpiece, and even though she wasn't able to get the submission, she was able to still walk her down, force the pressure, and was able to get the nod from the judges. So it was a good scrap, and kind of played out how I thought, but not who I thought was going to win.
Let me tell you how I had it. I had Tisha winning round one. I mean, Mackenzie, as you said, dude, she was coming to take Tisha's fucking head off, dude. It was jab, overhand from California, Brazil land, where the made up land that she's from, and then swings, dude. She didn't hit it too often, but dude, if she would have hit Tisha with that, she may have knocked her over the fucking octagon fence, dude, because she was loading up on that so much. So I did think Tisha won round one. Kind of had me worried, not gonna lie. Mackenzie, clear round two. I'll die for Mackenzie. Yeah, like she was on her like fucking a fly on shit that entire round. Cool. So round three, I think Tisha was kind of gassed, and she was just playing the fucking keep away game, like trying to sidekick to keep away. But I think Dern closed the distance enough, landed enough on the hands to edge out that decision. That's just my opinion. But as you said, and I said, great fight overall. I'm glad Mackenzie won. I know, even though you picked Tisha, I know you're glad that Mackenzie won. You like her too. So
yeah. I mean, I like both fighters. I mean, and like I said, I just feel like Mackenzie's game is still a little limited. Still showed in the fight is a little bit limited, but she's able to take a shot, and she could definitely give one for sure if she's not able to submit somebody. But yeah, definitely a good fight though, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So moving on down to the next card, Vince from Hell Pichel versus Mark O. Madsen, the Olympian. Went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Mark O. Madsen via decision. The fight itself didn't really go how I thought it was going. It didn't turn to a fucking boxing match, man. And they were both down for it. They were both fucking swinging away. Good fight all around. Did you think Mark O. Madsen won this fight, or did you think Vince Pichel won this fight?
Yeah. I thought Mark Madsen won the fight. I thought he won the first and third pretty cleanly. I thought Vince Pichel had a good bounce back round in the second round, and I thought there at the end of that second round when he stood over Marco Madsen and like shoved him and did the fucking the Crispin wall to him. I'm like, bro, yeah, I'm like, bro, where the fuck did that come from? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, he just all of a sudden just yanked out a Crispin wall out of nowhere to him, So yeah, I was like, where did this come from? And when he sat down in the corner, he was like, he's done. And then Madsen came right out and took him down and just controlled him for the rest of the fight. So yeah, I thought it was a clear Madsen decision. But it was a good little scrap at first, and then Madsen kind of had to do what he had to do at the end to get it done. But still undefeated, and trying to work his way up the rankings. So good win for him. And
is that 145
get the win
or
and keep on
155? Is that 145 or 55?
He's at 55.
55. Yeah. Tough division to try to climb up, man.
Yeah, and he's like I believe he's like 34 too. So yeah, like he's not young. But, yeah, he's not young.
He's not old.
Hasn't been fighting long either.
Like he hasn't been punched a whole lot, so that's good.
Right. Right, because Chandler's about that age, and Chandler's been punched a lot. So yeah, we know there's a difference there, but definitely the good point there though.
Yeah. All right. So moving on down the card, one of the ones that you were most excited about this week, the future Ian Gary going up against Darian Weeks. I thought Gary was going to finish him, dude. Darian Weeks played that old Yoel Romero game, dude. It's almost like he was just walking forward with defense, and he didn't even throw any punches. Like I feel like I was like, man, if you want to win this fight, you got to throw something at him. He was just kind of walking forward with defense. Ian Gary just picking the shots that he could find. I thought it was clear decision, 30-27 for Ian Gary. Man, Darian Weeks had to do something to at least try to win the fight, but it was almost like he came into that fight to try to not get knocked out. And he succeeded, fucking got a paycheck. He didn't get knocked out, but definitely didn't win over any fans, in my opinion. Ian Gary, on the other hand, did what he was supposed to do. I'm sure he fucking tried to get the knockout, but he didn't force anything, showed maturity. He actually didn't get hit in this fight like he did in his last fight. So good. But I mean, as I said, Darian Weeks didn't really throw any punches either. So at the same time, I guess we didn't really learn a whole lot, but we've seen that Ian Gary can now go a full 3 rounds, no issues, good gas tank, good cardio, pick his shots. Altogether, good performance by Ian Gary. Go for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the fight went, I kind of had basically the same assessment. I can't really add too much more than what you had said. I'm sitting here looking at strike numbers right now on ESPN, and Ian Gary was 80 for 151, and Darian Weeks was 60 of 99. Can you hear
Through
that?
100 punches? Wait, can I hear what?
Oh, okay, no, we're good. My dryer was going off in the background, and I didn't know if
Oh
you could
no,
hear it or not.
no,
So
no, no. But I'm surprised that
yes,
he threw
we're
100 punches. Like it didn't even seem like
yeah.
he threw fucking 15 that entire fight. To be honest.
But still, the fact that Gary had a lot more volume in his favor, and I do agree that Darian Weeks, a lot of the shots he was just more worried about either getting out of the way or trying to parry or block them, and he did have his arms up a lot. Um, you know, he was mindful of the defense. Sure, you're in this game to yes, you're in this game to hit and not get hit. Look, I understand, but you got to do some type of action in order to try to sway the judges. And I just don't think he really did too much, and I do think that Ian Gary, he just did what he had to do to get it done. I think he tried to go for the knockout a little bit early because you could see in the first round he was trying a little bit harder. He was swinging a little bit more, but I think once he realized that Darian Weeks wasn't going to run into any counters that Ian Gary likes to set up, I think Ian Gary just from there just picked him apart from the outside. Man, that dude's got lightning fast kicks. He's also, sort of similar to what you were saying about Khamzat. You can see it in this performance a little bit too. He's still a little green, still has a lot of growing to do, but I mean, dude's only 9-0. I believe he's only 27 as
24,
well.
24.
Or 24. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I thought he was 26, 27. So 24. Yeah, this dude's he's got plenty of time. Just all he's doing is just logging minutes and getting extra time under his belt. So yeah, performance like that, not the most one that you're gonna win the most fans ever with for sure, but that's just one that just getting experience is the key thing for him at this age right now.
Yeah, definitely an upcoming I guess star from Ireland, if you will, trying to follow closely in the footsteps of Conor McGregor. I guess nice Conor McGregor, if you will. Kid's big, man. Big kid for 170. Yeah, like
Yeah, super tall, super lanky. Yeah, I mean, because
but
Darian Weeks,
but
he
well
was definitely
muscled at
like,
the same time. But well muscled. Like it wasn't like he was like skinny. Like he has solid build for 170.
absolutely.
Yeah. You want to talk about Fluffy first, or do you want me to go ahead?
Uh, I was like, that's your boy, so you can
All
go
right,
ahead.
all right, cool. Man, Fluffy looks less fluffy every time I see him, first of all. The dude is just more ripped every time I see him. So that's good. Man, he came out and he put the pressure on Josh Frim immediately. It looked like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this guy out of here in the first fucking 45 seconds." Um, The over under on this fight was 1.5. Like fucking by the way, which blew my mind, and the over was fucking plus money. So that was already crazy, but it showed in the fight why, dude. Fluffy just puts the pressure on people, but this is different. I haven't seen him put this pressure on a person. I was like, oh, there's no way he can fucking do this all 3 rounds, and he did kind of, but that third round, you could see like he was like, damn, I probably should have saved just a tad. On the other hand, Josh Frim's got good striking, kind of looks like a fucking 185 Elon Kutalaba in the face, but a lot more I guess like skinnier if you will, but the dude is super tall, got good striking, good range. Like you tell, like, you don't think so? He looks like Elon Kutilava. You don't think so? Well, in the fight itself,
Not Kutalava, nah. Not Kutalava,
in the
nah.
fight itself, I was like, he looks like Elon Kutilava. That's just me. I don't know.
Nah.
That's just what I think. I don't know. If you think he looks like Elon Kutilava and you're still watching, put that shit in the comments, because we don't ever ask y'all to do that. But anyway, fucking like Josh Frim has got pretty decent striking. Like you could see, like the Fluffy wanted no parts of fucking being at range with him. He just wanted to be in tight, close to him, have him on the ground. Fluffy almost got him in 7-8 subs, dude. Josh Frim is tough as a motherfucker, dude. Rodolfo Vieira tapped to that. Josh Frim didn't. I'm excited to see where Josh Frim goes from here. Anything to add to this one, my guy?
Yeah, I was gonna say you covered it pretty well, but I do think for the most part, just for Fluffy, it was a good win for him. But yeah, Josh Frim, dude, he actually, I think he actually made Fluffy wrestle a little more than what Fluffy wanted to, because Josh Frim's striking there, he looked super technical, like he was sharp and ready to go, and then I think Fluffy wasn't ready for that pressure initially, so that's what made him initiate the wrestling, and everybody thought there at the end of the first round that he was done. No, not so fast, because yeah, he came out in the second round and he was able to put the wrestling pressure on Anthony Hernandez, and was able to get him reeling, so that way there in the third round, it was pretty unanimous. It was 1-1 going into the third round, and for Josh Frim to come in on short notice and to get pressured and wrestled the way he did in that first round, to come back in that second round the way he did, really showed his resiliency, and excited to see what he can really prove in the middleweight division. But Fluffy just notching another one under his belt, and just moving forward, adding a couple wins, man, and he's putting together a pretty nice little win streak together.
Doing what Fluffy does, man. Doing what Fluffy does. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go first on the Lad versus Rocky P. I was really hoping Lad got this done. She had a good third round, in my opinion, but not too much else. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing in that fight was it was a clear difference in the boxing. Even with Rocky coming on a short notice, dude, she had there were a lot of exchanges there, and this low key, if it was not for Burns and Chimaev delivering an all-time fight, that fight probably would have gotten fight of the night. Aspen Ladd and Rocky Pennington were not playing. They were just throwing haymakers. And there was a couple of times there where they were getting these exchanges, and Rocky would crush Aspen Ladd, and then she would just have such slick head movement and boxing. She would just, weave, come up, throw a big overhand right, and then was able to get out of there and was able to avoid most of the big strikes that Aspen was able to throw at her. So I think that was what really was able to win it for Rocky, was her boxing, her head movement. Aspen Ladd did come back there in the third round, and she has actually a lot heavier hands than what I ever remember, because there were a couple of times where she cracked Rocky with some big shots, and I thought Rocky might have actually taken a fall, but Rocky coming in even on short notice. That's why I told you, even on the weight scale, when you said she didn't look the greatest, dude, she's always in shape. That's the one thing I can never question Rocky Pennington about, because she took the Macy Chiasson fight on short notice, came in there, submitted her, and then she went 3 rounds with Aspen Ladd after taking this fight on short notice. So yeah, Rocky's always game, dude, and she's put together a good little win streak herself. You know, she was ranked number 7. I think she's on a 4-fight win streak now. So and she's probably going to take Aspen Ladd's ranking. So Rocky Pennington, she's actually making a name for herself in this bantamweight division as far as, you know, who could possibly be next, and she's putting on good performances. So it was a damn good fight for sure.
Oh, the old vet Rocky P coming back and take over the division, man.
Rocky, man, it's crazy.
I'm actually
like a
glad
Rocky
that
story.
yeah, I'm actually glad that you pointed out like you thought Aspen had some heavy hands, because that was the one thing I was like, damn, Aspen's cracking her. But right before this fight, it just like fucking showed her highlight reel of her crushing Yana Kunitskaya, dude. She destroyed Yana, but I mean, to be fair, Yana's been destroyed a few times now.
Exactly that, and I mean, it was Aspen was dominating that fight, and that moment, because you remember that was when Aspen Ladd's coach was like in the corner, was like, "You need to go out there."
She was losing that fight. She was losing that fight.
Right. So it was something that she needed. So it was like a sense of urgency, almost like a Masvidal flying knee against Ben Askren. It was almost one of those. Not exactly like it, but it was right at the start of the 3rd round.
Yeah.
But no, she definitely had some shots that she landed on Rocky where she snapped Rocky's head back for sure.
Yeah, and then when that happened, one thing that I noticed is fucking Rocky immediately. If she got cracked, she would immediately fire back and hit Aspen. And she always connected. And I think that stuck into the mind of the judges was Rocky was hitting Aspen, and then when Aspen hit Rocky, she would immediately hit her back. So she was for sure outstriking her. At least the first 2 rounds, man. That fucking round 3, Aspen hit her with a few good ones, and I was like, oh shit, son. Like, Rocky's got a fucking chin. Yeah. So,
dude, it was a scrap, dude. Like I say, if it wasn't for Chimaev and Burns putting on an all-time fight, that fight would have gotten fight of the night, because they were not playing and they were taking no prisoners, dude. They were coming to take each other's heads off.
Yeah. So, all right, moving on to down the next one. I believe is probably one of the shortest fights of the night, man. Mickey Gall versus Mike Malott, man. I actually thought this was going to decision. I'm not gonna lie. I had a straight up bet Mickey Gall via decision at plus 550. I thought it was definitely impossible. Mickey Gall's a fucking vet. You know, he can come in and do his fucking thing. He's been improving on the feet quite a lot, dude. The dude used to look so bad on the feet, and then his last 2 fights, like, you just see like, oh, like, the dude's really improving. He's growing up. He's becoming that vet in the UFC. This kind of caught me off guard, man, because it was just slow. It was like a regular Mickey Gall fight, and then out of nowhere, Mike Malott just fucking I don't remember if it was a hook or an overhand, but he just fucking snoozed Mickey Gall. Mickey face planting like the floor. Mike Malott hit him a few more unnecessary times, but one thing that I just want to point out is the recovery of Mickey Gall. He was back up, rolling over as soon as he hit the ground, man. He was like, nah, fuck that. I was still fighting. And then he fucking saw the replay, and he's like, like he's like, damn, I got fucking face planted. I guess give me your account of what happened in this fight, man, because I just thought it was just normal Mickey Gall fight, and then all of a sudden, what the fuck just happened? Like, it looked like this was going to go all 3 rounds until that happened.
Oh, well, I thought Mickey Gall was actually coming out striking a little bit more than what he had here the last couple of fights, and I know in the Alex Morano fight, he did a good little bit of striking in that one, and then in the Mike Perry fight, but he was a little bit more aggressive. It felt like in this one, almost felt like he had like a point to prove, because he's been alternating wins and losses his last couple fights. I know he was trying to put a win streak together, because I think now he's 7-5 now. So yeah, he's 7-5. Not going to look too good as far as his UFC future goes. I can't imagine that they want to try to keep him around, too much longer. So I know he was trying to put a win together, but Mike Malott, it was like just a short little left hook Mickey Gall was actually just putting the pressure on him and was just trying to walk him down, was throwing some big punches. And he had no head movement. And, it was actually, I think it was Felder who had said it not too long before it happened, that Mickey Gall was throwing some good hands, but he was walking in with his chin straight up in the air. And it was about a minute later after he said that was when he was walking in with a big combination, left his chin right up in the air, and Mike Malott backed up against the fence. Similar hook that not the same overhand that Gilbert Burns did, but kind of in a similar fashion, how he's backed up against the fence and then he just throws a big haymaker, throws a short left hook, catches Mickey Gall, face plants. And even though he was able to recover kind of quick, absolutely the right call. Yeah, whenever anybody falls in their face like that, dude, it was
without a doubt. He was out. He was out.
Brutal. That was a brutal KO, dude. So that was a hell of a KO.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So moving on, third fight of the night, Alexei, the boa constrictor Oleinik, getting his 60th win over Jared Vanderaa. I call him the big baby because the dude came into the UFC with no beard, and then the dude just looked like a giant child. It was just weird. And he was like this. I added the weigh in. It just made it look even weirder. But Alexei Oleinik gets it done, man. I don't want to say I called it, but man, I called Alexei Oleinik. I said I don't see how Oleinik doesn't get this win, and it showed, man. Alexei, once he got Vanderaa on the ground, it was a wrap. He was flipping all under him. He was on his back. He was fucking picked up his leg, flipped him over like this, ended up in a scarf hold position, neck crank, whatever you want to call it, ends up tapping out Jared Vanderaa via neck crank. And Alexei Oleinik gets his 60th professional win. And in the interview after, Joe Rogan asked him, Alexei, man, you're 44 years old. How much longer you want to do this? And he says, only about 5 or 10 more years, with a little smile. The boa constrictor is a fan favorite, in my opinion. I love me some Alexei Oleinik. Man, I just love it. His arms are so long. It cracks me up how long his arms are. The way he throws a punch like a fucking baseball.
Dude, no, he does not. He doesn't throw like that because he doesn't bend his elbow. It's literally just a straight arm punch. Like he just winds his arm back and just like cranks it every time. Dude, it's like the wave. It's like the wave. He just hits him with the dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Every single time. But
so what do you think happened here, man?
He comes through. No, he comes through. He comes through, man. Because I really thought Vanderaa was going to be able to put it on him because Oleinik, he's been getting beat up a little bit in his last couple of fights, and I just thought that Vanderaa was basically going to get him, send him his pink papers just because I didn't think his chin was going to be able to hold up, and the old reliable vet, man, was able to get him on the ground, cause a scramble, and all of a sudden had Vanderaa sitting over there barfing up his lunch that he had earlier that day in the middle of the octagon. So
the crazy part was he got cracked a few times. He got hit a few times, and I was like, you know what? He's all right.
yeah. Because when he got hit a couple times, I was waiting for him to kind of do that Oleinik thing where he just looks like he's shocked, and then he just he won't fall over, but he just has this shocked look on his face, and he just looks like one of the inflatable arm mans as he's just sitting there, just
trying to get a takedown,
pelted on. Yeah, he's just getting pelted on. He's throwing his fucking lunchbox punches. He's fucking trying to take somebody's head off, but yeah, he was able to be the old gritty vet that he is and grind up the sub, man, for win number 60, which is fucking nuts.
Dude, nuts. 44 years old, win number 60. Oleinik still doing that damn thing. All right, so 2 fights of the night. I'm going to kind of talk about this real quick because Dorian fucking really didn't get to see too much of these first 2. But Pierre Rodriguez versus Kay Hansen. I got to be honest. Typical female fight, back and forth, some wrestling here and there, some punches back and forth. Not too exciting. I think Pierre Rodriguez ended up getting the dub here. I did see a lot of hate for Kay Hansen online talking about how she needs to stop doing her OnlyFans page and start worrying about fighting or just pick one. Man, let the girl live. Let her do her fucking thing.
Right.
You know what? I'm sure if you could fucking show your butthole on OnlyFans and fucking make fucking couple grand a week, you do that shit too. You know, free cash, buddy. You know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not all of
Yeah,
us are
why
so
not?
blessed.
I mean, it's
Not
a
all of us are
profession.
so blessed. Not all of us.
Right.
Not all of us are able to show our butthole for a fucking few grand a month, dude. But anyway, Pierre Rodriguez ends up getting it done, and Julio Arce versus Daniel Santos, first fight of the night. This was a fucking banger, as I predicted. I did think this was going to go under the 2.5, and don't get me wrong, Julio Arce had Daniel Santos. I think he dropped him late second round, but anyway, hell of a fight. Daniel Rodriguez coming forward nonstop. Julio Arce, hitting him with clean counters, nasty teep kicks, nasty kicks altogether. Julio Arce ended up getting this done over the 3-round fight. So that is the UFC 273, the card as a whole. Dorian, anything else aside from this card or anything else we didn't talk about that you want to talk about before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man, because I got some chicken pot pie waiting on me upstairs.
Chicken pot pie waiting upstairs.
About to give me some little get some Dustin Poirier hot sauce, pour it on there, and go to town, man. So if Dustin Poirier wants to hit us up with a free bottle, I mean, come on, dude.
All right,
shout me out.
Cool. All right, hear that from the Golden Octagon. Send Dorian some fucking. Oh, I don't have it up here. My girl ate it. I used to have it on my fucking display up here. Poirier's hot sauce.
I actually got more upstairs, but
anyway, so that is it for me. Matt Anderson, Dorian Rose on the other side of the screen. I don't want to do this because I don't know what side he's on. Me right now, he's right here. Once I upload this, he's going to be over there probably. So who the fuck knows? But that is all from us. Matt, Dorian, this is the Golden Octagon. Catch us next Friday for the post weigh-in show if Dorian wants to do it. If not, your boy will be here because I got to use this fucking $300 microphone or my girl's going to be pissed at me. So I will catch y'all next Friday. Peace.